Hi there, my name is Lisa Kriederman. I am an incident meteorologist as well as a forecaster for the National Weather Service.
How do fires create weather?
So an interesting thing is that a wildfire can actually create its own weather. So the fire acts like its heat source. It provides a lot of heat with that fire. And as it rises up, because hot air is lighter, right, than cold air, it rises up and it goes into the colder atmosphere above it. And when that happens, it condenses out into a cloud. So that's why sometimes above a fire, you see the smoke coming up and then there's a cloud on top. And what we call that is a pyrocumulus cloud because it's basically produced by the fire. Now, if that fire is still really hot and it's really burning, it'll start sucking in wind from all around all the sides, and it'll pull all that wind up and create this column above the fire. And if it keeps building and keeps building and it already has that pyrocumulus on top, then what forms is some liquid drops. And then if it goes even higher into the colder atmosphere, it becomes ice. And when that ice starts rubbing together up in the clouds with all the vertical motion, then that can create lightning. And when you have a thunderstorm that has formed over a wildfire, then that is called a pyrocumulonimbus. Now that situation is very dangerous for firefighters because when all that rain and anything that's coming out can eventually overpower the heat of the fire. And so that column can collapse and spread the fire beneath it in all directions, as well as the danger of lightning. So that is a very serious situation. But a fire, just because of all the heat it produces, can produce its own weather. So what fires can also produce are what we call fire whirls. And what that is because of the differences of temperature between the area near the fire or maybe the vegetation that it's burned through that we call the black, and then areas just adjacent to that, it can kind of start creating this spin. But with the fire and all its heat and it's really pulling everything in, then it can take that circulation and then make it faster and faster and faster, and it'll pull up and it'll be kind of like the ice skater. If you see an ice skater and they're rotating on the ice, and when they pull their arms in, it makes them go faster. So stretching that atmosphere and stretching that circulation can go very fast, and you can have wind speeds anywhere from 80, 100, even higher than that, even 150 miles per hour. So that's a real dangerous situation as well, because that can take the fire, some of the burning embers, and shoot it off, and then that can start new fires. So fire whirls, and if it involves a larger piece of the fire and a convective column that's above it, it can turn into a tornado. This is a very dangerous situation, and also why incident meteorologists are brought on to discuss the potential of this, as well as watch for this through radar, through satellite, and all that.